Hey, que la que hay, mi gente? It's Rocky here from SpeakSpanishFaster.com. And in today's video, we're going to cover a few common and some uncommon Spanish greetings that you can use when you are either meeting people or you want to spark up a conversation with somebody. These are some greetings that can definitely help you out. Now, the reason I'm doing this video is because I received a question in our members area of our 7-day Spanish program from somebody that wanted to know, like, what are some other greetings that they can use when they are trying to strike up conversation with somebody other than hola or ¿cómo estás or something like that. So what are some other ways that they can get creative and sound more native like when they speak Spanish? I mean, obviously Spanish speakers say hola, ¿cómo estás, and stuff like that. But we also greet each other and introduce ourselves in many other ways. For example, in this video, I always start off, que la que hay. That is a type of greeting that somebody could use. Of course, it's more informal, but today we're going to cover some informal greetings as well as some formal greetings that you can use when you are speaking Spanish, when you're trying to communicate with other people. Again, whether it's you're meeting them for the first time or you are just meeting a friend for the first time of a certain occasion. You guys show up at the movies together, or maybe not the movies now because of what's going on in the world today, but you guys meet at each other's house or something. What else can you say other than hola? And that's what we're going to be covering in today's video. So I'm going to be sharing my computer screen with you. I created a little quick presentation for you. I'm not going to spend too long on each term. I will try to run through them as quickly as possible, but yeah, definitely add them to your arsenal. So first, we have to pretty much break down informal and formal. Okay, we have tú versus usted. The reason this is important is because informal greetings will be using most likely the tú form of a verb, and the formal greetings will be using the usted form of a verb. So informal, when we use informal greetings, which we will go through first, we are talking to people like our friends, our family members, our peers, our kids. I mean, I don't really have to explain what an informal occasion is, but just know in an informal setting, you will be using the tú form of a lot of these words, all right, when they're conjugated. And again, you'll see examples of this. And then for formal, you will use, okay, usted. In a formal situation, is like if you're talking to somebody you don't know, maybe it's somebody that's addressed by like a title, like a doctor. We have authority figures. Authority figures could be like a mayor, a president, boss of your company, things like that. You would want to greet them with the usted form. And then parents, and I put a question mark by parents because, you know, I think it really depends the situation. If it's a kid to their parent, they might talk with the usted form, but if you're an adult talking with your parents, you're probably going to use more of the tú form. It really depends the relationship that you have with your parents. All right, so first, let's look at some of the informal greetings in Spanish that we can use. Now, obviously, you can start with the basic hola. Obviously, that means hello. We have ¿cómo estás? How are you doing? Now, notice here, estás is the tú form, okay? And you'll see in the formal greeting, this would be ¿cómo está usted? So it would be the usted form. So that's what I mean when I say the informal greetings are the tú form and the formal greetings use the usted form. All right, we have ¿cómo están? That is, how are you guys doing? In the plural form, plural present form. ¿Cómo están? How are y'all doing? So if you walk in and you're talking to like your mom and your dad or two friends, then you could say, hey, ¿cómo están? All right, we have, now you can put them two together. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Hola, ¿cómo están? All right, very simple. Next, we have ¿qué hay de nuevo? ¿Qué hay de nuevo? So this means what's new. This is a cool way that you can greet somebody. Usually you would say this to a friend, somebody that you've seen before. because obviously it's, hey, what's new with you, meaning that you have some past relationship with them. So if you're meeting somebody for the first time, even if it's an informal meeting, you probably wouldn't want to use this one. All right. Next, this is one of my favorites. ¿Cómo te va? ¿Cómo te va? Now, I know you're probably going to say, wait a minute. Va is the third person form. Why am I using it here? So in this sentence, ¿Cómo te va? We are really talking about the va pertains to the it. So it's really like, how is it going to you? Or how is it going for you? So how's it going? ¿Cómo te va? All right. So this is informal. ¿Cómo les va? Same thing. The va is going to the it. We are doing the les is pertaining to them or you guys. Okay. How are y'all doing? Or how's it going for y'all? ¿Cómo va todo? This is the same exact thing with va. How's everything going? Va pertains to everything. It pertains to todo. All right. So that's why you see this is not como vas todo. It's como va todo. ¿Qué pasa? ¿Qué pasa is very popular. A way of saying what's up, especially means what's up. It's what's happening. Hey, what's up? Hey, ¿qué pasa? That's what's up. You can greet people with that. Bienvenidos. Bienvenidos. Welcome. Very common. ¿Qué tal? ¿Qué tal? What's up? So this is pretty much the same as ¿qué pasa? I would say ¿qué tal? Is very neutral in the sense that it's used pretty much amongst all countries. I mean, you can pretty much go to any country and say ¿qué tal? And they will know what that means. You can say ¿qué pasa? And they will know what that means. Now, this is how I intro all my videos. ¿Qué es la que hay? ¿Qué es la que hay? That means what's up. It's a Puerto Rican way of saying in Puerto Rican Spanish, which I've done a video on popular Puerto Rican phrases. But ¿qué es la que hay? Is a popular Puerto Rican phrase that means what's up. We have que lo que. Que lo que is a Dominican phrase that means what's up. Sometimes you might hear que la que in Puerto Rico, but in Dominican Republic, que lo que is very, very common. I remember when I used to live there. Everybody says que lo que. Que onda? Que onda is a Mexican Spanish phrase to say what's up. Que onda? I have Mexican friends and they say, hey, que onda, wey? Stuff like that. Que fue? Que fue is like, hey, what happened? So if you're meeting somebody for the first time, not for the first time, but if you're meeting somebody, like if you show up to their house and they look sad, you could say, hey, que fue? It's like a greeting, but it's like, hey, what happened? All right. So it's that's very common in any situation that seems negative. Because if somebody's looking sad, you might want to be like, hey, que la que hay? And they look sad, right? It's better to maybe approach them like, hey, que fue? So next we have ¿cómo estamos? ¿Cómo estamos? Is like, how are we doing? I remember a radio show where I live. They used to say at the beginning of every episode, they would say, ¿cómo estamos? Pasando el rolo. But ¿cómo estamos? ¿Cómo estamos? That's how, like, hey, how we doing today? That's what ¿cómo estamos? That's how you would use it. Because you're probably wondering, why would I say, how are we doing? It doesn't really make sense. But when you put it in that essence, hey, ¿cómo estamos hoy? Like, how are we doing today? I'm sure you've probably used that in English, right? Hey, how we doing today? ¿Qué me dice? ¿Qué me dice? This isn't a very popular way, but I have used this and I have heard it used, especially when I was living in the Dominican Republic. Hey, ¿qué me dice? It's like, hey, what do you say to me? Pretty much. I know it doesn't sound cool in English, but hey, ¿qué me dice? It's hey, ¿qué lo que? ¿Qué me dice? That's how people will greet each other sometimes, especially, like I said, when I was living in the Dominican Republic. That was pretty common. Now let's shift to the formal greetings. Now, I will say the last few that I did, que la que hay, que lo que onda, those are specific to cultures and countries. So if you go to Spain and you say que onda or que la que hay, they might not understand you. I mean, even if you go to somewhere like Colombia and you say que la que hay, they might understand you. Or if you say que onda, they might understand you, but it's not 100% certain. If I go to Mexico and I say que lo que, they might not understand me. If I say que la que hay, they might not understand me. So know that with those last few that I covered, they might not be understood in all the countries that you go to. So now, like I said, let's go to the formal greetings. We'll run through this. Hola. Now we have buenos dias. That's good morning. You can't go wrong with that if you're meeting somebody for the first time that you don't know, or if you are meeting a boss of a company or the boss of your company, a president, any authority figure. Buenos dias, buenas tardes, buenas noches. You can't go wrong with any of these. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. Not in terms of good night going to sleep, but if you're going to somebody's house and it's late night, you could say, hey, buenas noches. Like, it's not always used for, oh, buenas noches, good night. Like in English, we use good night. Very rarely do we use that as a greeting, but in Spanish, you can use it as a greeting. Now you'll see, ¿cómo está usted? Or you could just say, ¿cómo está? So, how are you? But this is the formal way to say it. Mucho gusto, nice to meet you. Mucho gusto, nice to meet you. Es un placer en conocerlo. I guess you could use this too for an informal greeting. You could say, es un placer en conocerte. Next, we have gusto en verlo. This is another way to say pleasure to meet you. Gusto en verlos. Pleasure to meet y'all. This is the ustedes form. You don't have as much flexibility with the formal greetings because you don't want to go too crazy with it. You definitely don't want to walk up to your boss and say, hey, que la que hay? You know, unless you and your boss have a very cool relationship. But if your boss is a real authority, like if you're meeting a boss or a doctor, you want to greet them with something like buenos dias. If you're meeting them for the first time, gusto en verlo, gusto en conocerlo, different things like that. Mucho gusto, es un placer en conocerlo. So those are the basic informal greetings that you can use to break the ice if you're meeting somebody for the first time, or if you just want to start a conversation with anybody. Now, I will say one tip that I will give you is now turn on your listening radar. And when you are outside in maybe a Spanish-speaking country around native speakers, listen to how they greet each other. How do they do it? And start adding those. I'm sure I definitely missed some greetings. I'm sure in all different types of countries, there's all different types of greetings. Just like where I live, we may greet each other differently than the way people greet each other in New York or California. It happens. But listen to how people greet each other. When you watch shows on TV, listen to how people greet each other, and you'll find more ways that you can use for your greetings in Spanish. So I hope you found this video helpful. If you're looking to take your Spanish to the next level, definitely check out our training, our 3 Secrets to Learn Spanish Faster training. I'll put that link in the comments for you. I'll pin it there so you can just click that link and go see the free training. Also, visit our website, speakspanishfaster.com, if you want more help in taking your Spanish to the next level so that you can speak and comprehend Spanish better with the native speakers. If you enjoyed the video, do me a big favor, hit the thumbs up for me, comment below, let me know what else you need help with. As you can see, I'm always doing videos based on what you ask me for. So yeah, let me know what you need and I'll do my best to provide it to you. Last but not least, please do not forget to subscribe to our channel, turn on notifications so you never miss another video. Until next time, I'll see you then.